give Chair Manley the thumbs up to call today's meeting to order.
So I call this meeting Thursday, March 14th, 2024 to order. I will ask staff to confirm that this meeting complies with the Kansas Open Meeting Act.
I can confirm that the packet was posted and the required notice was provided.
So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with a roll call. And I'm going to check for Board Member Nelson, Board Member Romey.
Here.
Board Member Doak.
Here.
Chair Manley.
Here.
We have 3 members present and participating. And so that gives us a quorum now to proceed with today's business. And the first order of business today is to consider approval of the minutes of the February 29th, 2024 special meeting. And so I'll turn it back to the chair to entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
I will go ahead and make the motion from Chair Manley to approve the minutes.
So Chair Manley has made a motion to approve the February 29th meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Manley and a second by Romey to approve the minutes of the February 29th special meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
So that allows us to move on to new business today. And we have a public hearing item on application Certificate of Compatibility 24-4. It's been filed by Emma Ward and Lydia Lund on behalf of 1610 Ministries. And they're requesting that the board approve a certificate of compatibility for proposed renovations to the 7th Street facade of a building located on the west side of North 7th Street between Iron and Ash, and physically addressed as 121 North 7th. And so I'll go ahead and proceed with today's staff report for the benefit of the board. You should all have your packets. And this building is a little unusual from the standpoint that it's one of the newer buildings in the downtown area, and it was built as a replacement construction by C.W. Lynn Abstract in 1986, and it replaced a previous building that was on this lot. And so the street frontage is 25 feet wide on 7th Street, and it's a 120-foot lot, but the building is 100 feet deep, and so all but the rear 20 feet of the lot are occupied by building. And the front building facade was originally constructed of red-faced brick, mounted on a masonry block backup wall, and it has a bronze metal overhang. The south and west walls are masonry block with a masonry veneer that was added where the records vault was located. The building is 20 feet tall, and the roof is designed to slope to drain to the rear alley. This was the longtime home of C.W. Lynn Abstract, and then later Kansas Secure Title. And there have been almost no changes to the building made since its original construction. We have new owners who've recently purchased the building, which is just south of the scheme. They're proposing to remove the painted metal awning on the upper portion of the facade, infill the area with beige EFA stucco, and mount a new sign on that wall, which would be uplit with exterior lighting. They've also discussed staining the existing reddish brick to more of a brown color to blend in with the brick on the surrounding buildings. Their application indicates they plan to clean up and enhance the south and west walls but that's not part of your review today. And they have submitted an application to SDI for a facade improvement grant, and one of the requirements for obtaining a facade improvement grant is to have a certificate of compatibility from this board. So we scheduled a review of this item on today's meeting agenda, and our staff report is pretty short and to the point. Everything that the new owners are proposing is bringing the building closer to the design guidelines for downtown Salina than the existing appearance. And so there's no character-defining features that are being removed or altered. There's no important features that are being covered up. The metal valance is being removed, and it will be replaced by an EFS material that's more in keeping with the other materials in the downtown area. And the sign is a basic and simple design that is going to have exterior lighting, which is preferred in the design guidelines. So after any questions that board members have for staff, and after hearing from the applicant, the board would have the following options. One would be to approve a certificate of compatibility for the proposed exterior renovations. You could approve a certificate of compatibility subject to any conditions approved by the board. You could postpone consideration in order to acquire additional information concerning this proposal. The date of that future meeting needs to be included in the motion, or you could deny the certificate of compatibility application as presented. Again, following any review and any additional information presented at today's hearing, our recommendation would be for approval subject to the standard condition that if there's any significant changes to the proposed renovations as approved by the board, the development services staff will be notified and will determine whether this would need to come back to you for any further review. So with that, I'd be open to any board questions that board members might have.
I do not have any. Manley? I do not have any.
You have any questions? Would you like to hear from the applicant, Mr. Chair?
If the applicant wishes to speak, they may. I'll entertain it.
Is there anything you want to add to the report?
I don't think so.
Okay. So we correctly characterized everything you're doing. Okay. So the applicants are here, but they don't have anything to add or comment on. So I'll turn it back over to the board to consider a motion and action.
Dean, do we have anybody online or anybody from the public?
We do not have anyone from the public either online or in the room.
All right. Bring it back to the board for a motion. Do we have a motion? I can go ahead and make that motion to proceed with staff recommendation to as presented. If there's any meaningful change, that it goes back to the design review board.
So a motion has been made by Chair Manley to approve application CC 24-4, subject to a condition that if there's any significant changes to the proposed renovations to the building facade as approved, then staff would be notified and we would determine whether any additional review is needed. Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the application as presented. All those please in favor, please say aye.
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 That motion carries. So the certificate of compatibility for the project has been approved. And at this point, staff does not have any applications that would allow us to confirm that we're going to meet on the 25th of March, or excuse me, 28th of March, and that would be the next scheduled meeting. And so we'll alert the board as to what the next scheduled meeting will be. We don't have any other business or matters to bring up before the board, and we're open to any comments or questions you have. I'll check to see with Mr. Hers whether we have anybody here for a public forum.
We do not have anyone from the public online. Anyone who might be interested would be in the room.
So we don't have anyone here for public forum, so that would allow the chair to entertain a motion to adjourn.
Before I call for a motion for adjournment, I appreciate your, thank the applicant for bearing with us on our technology issues, but I'm glad we got it done today. I will go ahead and make the motion for adjournment.
We have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second it.
We have a motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries, and this meeting is adjourned.